Hello Twin Flames, thank you for joining my channel. This is Pamela with God Conscious Twin Flame 1111. I prayed over, shuffled, cut, and ready to lay out the deck. I asked God and the angels for the message for the week. So this will be a week reading rather than the daily reading, because of the schedule that I have, and if the angels clear up my schedule to do another reading this week, then so be it. But in the meantime, I wanted to give you the what to look forward to this week, what to be aware of, what you need for inspiration and motivation, where both you and your divine partner are, based on what the energies of the cards tell me. So I asked for guidance for between May 13th and May 19th, and I'm excited to see where we're at. We know that we're in a deep karmic cleanse, which is necessary in order for the unions to be successful and to get on the mission of elevating the love vibrations in the universe. So here we go. Let's see what they have to say. At the bottom of the deck, we have this, again, the Nine of Swords. So that's the energy this week. Just be in it. Fear. There are hundreds of forms of fear that have to be released. And you've done a lot of great clearing of fear. But it's the angels want you to know that to go deeper. There's more that you that have to come up, more fears that have to come up for healing and for revelation. This is, yeah. And then this week, this is the masculines. This is what's going on with the masculine this week. This is what's going on with the feminine this week. The overall energies were fear. The overall energies are fear. So I think more clearly, as we work through what they want us to know, that ultimately, he's moving away from stormy weather, stormy waters, stormy emotions, stormy thoughts, swords of thoughts. He will be moving away from them. And we got the death card, so it's the death of the old self, it's the death of the old belief system, it's the death of the old ideas and things that he held true. And the death of the old self, based on the relationships that he held in the past and the beliefs that he held in the past, were it's painful. It's like ripping off a limb, essentially, because that's what we held as true. And a lot of us, we don't like change, and we don't like having our worlds turned upside down. And that's essentially what has happened in a lot of our lives. Our lives were turned upside down. So if you were in a long-term relationship, you know, and you found out about lies and deception and fears and all sorts of things, disappointments, which he was feeling in the Five of Cups. So disappointments in work, disappointments in relationships, disappointments in maybe sometimes in our children, in our parents, in ourselves, that we didn't handle things or that we didn't see things clearly. And he's got the Nine of Wands again at the bottom. So, you know, he was disappointed. He can only right now see the cups that are spilled. He can't see what's standing. He was betrayed, deeply betrayed. Loss of a relationship. You know, we hold our relationships dear, and we want to believe that the people around us are sincere and that they do love us and that they do want the best for us. But then we find out that they're sometimes self-motivated, and as long as it's good for them, then they're in it. And I guess the angels and God want us to take a look at who's around us right now. Let's take an inventory of our social circle. Let's take an inventory of who we're allowing into our inner sanctum, if you will. Because those people energetically can influence us and bring us down. Before I forget, we're listening to Miracle Tones, Harmonize Relationships, Heal All Negative Energy, Attract Love, Salvatio Healing by Zen Life. Relax. I like to listen because it brings me closer to the angels. I can hear the little whispers and the words that I'm getting to do the readings on. So, death of the old relationships, really evaluating who we trusted, who we allowed into our life, who we wanted, who we confided in. So the emotions, because it's a cup, it's a 5 of Cups, it's our emotional self. We are clouded in this feeling of being deceived, of being rejected, of being disappointed, of, that's really a self-evaluation card. We can see that there are positive factors at work, but maybe not yet. We can't see that we'll be moving out of stormy waters, that all that's lost was meant to go. Redirection is God's protection, I've shared with you. So you were redirected maybe from some people. He's being redirected from some people that he relied on. And maybe he didn't realize on a subconscious level that he relied on them because it kept him from feeling. He didn't want to acknowledge maybe some of the behaviors that people were engaged in. He wanted to see the best in people because they're very sensitive. He wanted to see the best in people. And then their true colors came out. And because they're so highly sensitive, they're deeply hurt. They're deeply hurt. And I'm not sure quite how to move beyond that. And quite honestly, you might not. I personally would say, don't move too quickly through it. Feel it so it can heal. It has to be felt in order to be healed by God. It needs to be surrendered to God, to let Him take it over, to let Him really replace that old ideas of the people that we thought we wanted around us with the new ones. The fullness of understanding is not there yet. You can't appreciate it while this emotional component is unraveling. So it's a state of, I don't know, I feel this way. I don't know all that's happening around me. I just feel lost, sad, depressed, betrayed, regret. Maybe he realized that he chose some friends over you. Maybe he realized that he chose, some other behaviors over you. I know that maybe there were friends around him saying, oh, she's no good, and good thing that you left her, and blah, blah, blah. But the depth of the real truth is that maybe the relationship was taken away from the friendship, and they didn't want that. So getting you out of the picture was better. And now they're starting to see that those people really didn't care about him, that they didn't have his best interest, that he did find true love, and that they just didn't want him moving forward from there. But he will be moving out of the stormy waters and into calmer waters. This is a death of self. When the death card comes up, it's a new beginning. But in order to get to the new beginning, you have to go through the death of self, which, as we know, is very painful. We know that he's tired because we have the Nine of Wands again. We had that in the reading that I did yesterday. This is the reading of, this is the energy for the week. So there is a death of self, there's a death of belief systems, there's a death of relationships. He is moving towards that, which is actually moving towards new beginnings. He's facing that, that all things must die so that new things can come to life. He is definitely on the tired side. He's probably working a lot because that's what they do. They just engage in their work environment and forget everything else that's going on around them. He has unexpected a Wheel of Fortune, so the Divine is going to put something on his path that will be encouraging. It'll be interesting to see what that is. But the Wheel of Fortune, it's an opportunity. So this, quite honestly, I'm hearing that this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is finally the Wheel of Fortune, where he's moving out of all of that stagnant, stuck, lower vibrational energies of the people that he had around him to get to that death of self for a rebirth into new life. Two major arcana, so he's not in control of this. The Divine is. The Divine is working all things out, and for the good of all concerned, including those people. You know, those people that might have been in his world aren't necessarily, they're not bad people. They're just not able to take him to where he's now, where the Divine now needs him to be. And when we take a look at, you know, putting God first in all things, we can become more acquainted with how he wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. And those people that he was surrounded by, those karmic relationships, friendships, some family relationships are very toxic. Dr. Wayne Dyer has a really great book that talks about how society kind of imposed upon us having these, because we were born into a family, and we have to put up with stuff that we don't really want to put up with. What he's saying is, in his book, is that if somebody is really not healthy for you, get away from them. Whether they're family or whether they're not. Get away from them. Get yourself clear. Doesn't mean you have to cut them out forever. It just means that you need to move away from the energy so it doesn't bring you down, and be very guarded about who is coming into that inner world of yours, your confidential world, because that could taint your light. It can dampen your spirit. There are energy vampires, if you will, in our lives. Let's take a look at who they are. And if the masculine's going through this, feminine, you really want to look at it too. See who's draining you. Because we're one soul, it's going across the board. So you might have done it already. You might still be doing it, or you might have yet to do it. But we can understand better when we have gone through that. Then we can understand what the masculine is going through. So the St. Francis prayer, to understand rather than to be understood. He doesn't know why he does what he does. He doesn't know why he chose them over you. He doesn't know why. He doesn't even see it, maybe, that he did choose them over you. It's asking us in the death card to remain open to all that is available to us when all those doors close. There are opportunities in the Wheel of Fortune coming forward, but in order for you to be able to accept them, appreciate them, you got to move away from all of this into the change. Be open and running and moving into and toward the change. And you can't do that if you have, you know, a bunch of people hanging onto your legs, keeping you stuck. It releases the belief systems that are no longer serving us in our lives. So while he goes through this, he may go back into like a hermit mode, and he may not be quite as vocal with you. It doesn't mean he doesn't love you. It just means that they can't process all of that and then deal with you. So let them be. I think I said that yesterday. Let them be. This is going on for the week. This is what you want to see happening in order for unions to be successful. So be encouraged. This is definitely a powerful move by the divine. He's done it a few times, and God, meaning God, has done it a few times. But he wouldn't give us everything at once. So the phases could go on for months of clearing, and we want to be aware of it. And if you take a look at how it worked in your life, we didn't just get over something. We tried to let it go, we tried to let it go, and tried to let it go, and we got the card yesterday, let it go. But it is a process in which we have to go through to let it go. So be in the process, be on the journey of knowing that it is going to leave us and that it is going to change. We will, I'm being told that this opportunity in the Wheel of Fortune will be evident as this starts to settle out a little bit. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune is always a positive card, unless it is reversed, and since I don't really do the reversals, the angels show us in a different way. So if the Wheel of Fortune was going in the other direction, these cards would indicate that. And if we stay in these energies, we could miss the Wheel of Fortune, but it'll come back around because it's a wheel and it keeps spinning. Keeps spinning new life into us. But we do want to make sure that we're releasing all the old baggage in the process. Now, the divine is doing a lot in the spiritual realm with us to keep us moving forward. And then Divine Feminine, I'm going to move on to your card. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see how we can do this without messing it up too much. Okay. Alright, we'll do the best we can with this. We'll move them over though. You have a lot of positive cards here. You're moving away too from the stormy waters. You're in an apprenticeship mode. You're the magician. So there's some, there's a new beginning. It's a 1 card. So there's going to be new opportunities coming to you. You are going to be able to manifest things much more quickly. Be careful what you're manifesting. You do not want to manifest any more negativity. So be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of what you're thinking about. They want to remind you you have all the skills and the abilities to do what is needed to accomplish this task, and to bring it to a successful conclusion. No mistake that they gave that to you while he's going through the death of self. You must apply yourself to concentrating on that which you want to manifest. And that is really the message for you this week. Apply yourself to that which you want to manifest. Your Divine Masculine wants that for you too. He wants for you to keep moving forward. He knows that he was a little slow in getting this work done. He knows that it's necessary. He knows that he also ran from it for a while, and then he'd go back to it, and then he runs from it, and then he goes back to it. And because it's just overwhelming. It's just too much for him to take on all at once. And he doesn't have the luxury of not working so that he could do all this work. He doesn't have the luxury of seeing that he has other skills yet, maybe, that would give him the opportunity to take the time to do this. This isn't like a 2-week vacation thing that you can get this work accomplished. This is a process in which requires the mental and physical willingness that on the downtime that we look at our own actions that brought about some of what has happened, our own thoughts, and how I can change them. So that's going to take, has taken, seasons, is the word they're giving me, seasons. And he's back in the season of doing that work. And he's not running, he's doing what he's supposed to. He does realize there's a death of self. He wants you to know that you keep doing what you're doing, because that kind of encourages him and gives him hope. keep the willpower to stay in the positive and to work away from fear. Let the fears, don't feed the fear, feed the love. If you're not hearing from him, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. He's not going anywhere. He's not looking for anybody else. Some of them did look in relationships, but they do know that that's just a waste of time. They'll do it, and then they'll realize it's a waste of time, that there's more, that he's already got what he wants, but he can't have it because he's not ready for it. So, Three of Pentacles, keep working on your craft, keep working on your overcoming your fears, keep working on, and that's your outcome card. That's what you're going to be doing this week. Seven of Pentacles, you can reap the benefits, potentially, spiritually. The Pentacles is more on the external world. You will reap the benefits. You will be moving. You will see. You can see the future. You can see it. Don't rush it. Don't expect that it's going to come right away. The Ace of Swords is, again, another swift-moving energy. Great force of strength and inner power that you have. That's unexpected. That's the reserve of power that you have inside of you is going to come out because you've done this work. Keep doing that work. You have the ability to overcome obstacles, setbacks, and adversity. It's a victory card through your own actions. Through your own actions. So you will start to reap some of the rewards of the hard work. You will start to hear him say things like, I'm sorry I did that, or I'm still working through it, or, just be patient with me. This is a lot for me. I don't understand it. Just be patient. Don't try to explain it. Don't try to give him the information that you have. He'll come upon it. He'll understand it coming forward. So you have the overall energy is you're both clearing fear. You're both clearing fear. Knight of Cups. Swift moving good news coming. And then you have again the Page of Cups. Emotional energy. So this will, the swords and the cups will yield emotional energy, and then the Two of Cups. I shuffled these cards. I swear I shuffled these cards. But they're saying the same things over and over again. I love that they're consistent. So this is your work for this week. You're going to want to work through all of that that they're putting on your path. Now, I just want to pull a Kuan Yin. I think that would be very helpful. That's what I'm feeling and hearing. It's Kuan Yin, because she has some beautiful messages. And so this is a powerful discovery this week of self, of where God is taking us, of how we want to be inspired. Let the process happen on its terms. Don't try to push it or rush it or manipulate it in any way. Be patient. That things are working out behind the scenes. Pray for the eyes to see and the ears to hear. That's written in Scripture. There is eyes to see and ears to hear what is needed to move forward. Ask for those. Okay, Kuan Yin, what message do you have for the divine partners, men or women that are watching this? Happy Mother's Day. All the moms, I hope that you enjoyed and are enjoying your day. I'm a little tired. I don't like going from place to place. The Tao. And that's number 38. That's in 11. Okay, so the Tao. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us that we are perfection in this moment. You're being guided to relax and allow life to flow. Beloved, you are being invited into a more advanced spiritual classroom of the soul. Sometimes we think that more advanced means more effort, And yet in spiritual matters, as we mature, we become more able to stop attempting to control and direct from our more limited perspective, and instead become open to receiving and being directed by higher forces, which include our own divine essence, at one with the source of all. This does not mean that we become a loose leaf blown about by the winds of fate. It means rather that we become like bamboo, strong within ourselves and able to move in this direction or that without losing our power. In fact, our flexibility can become part of what makes us a powerful instrument of divine creativity and healing. There are times when the Tao, the mystery of the source endlessly unfolding, calls us strongly to be flexible and to stop fighting against the flow, and instead let it move us. It is the difference between trying to swim all the way to shore, not even knowing if we are heading in the right direction, but just thinking we could be, on the one hand, and allowing a cosmic wave to lift us, carry us, and deposit us on the shoreline, and the right shoreline for us, quickly and with grace. But why should it be so easy, you might wonder? The challenge is not to try and force life to unfold according to our whims, but to grow in trust, wisdom, self-love, and self-worth so that we become capable of surrender. The way is effortless, yet the journey to being able to surrender into the way, not always so effortless. We can make our molehills into mountains unintentionally, and so you're being asked to let go now, to relax, and allow life, with a capital L, to do what it does, which is flow. Life, the Tao, is more powerful than any apparent obstacle. The Tao flows through all situations and presents natural solutions, no matter how unsolvable those situations may appear to be. It just needs to be allowed to do so. Healing with the Tao. Lie quietly in a slightly darkened room, or place a soft cloth over your closed eyes. Imagine that you are lying in a dark, endless space that is safe, expansive, and loving. Imagine it expanding in front of you, behind you, to the right and left, above and below, until it is just you in the center of endless space. Feel your edges blurring into it. Feel your edges blowing until it is hard to tell where you start and stop and the space begins. Allow yourself to feel held and supported in this space, almost like you are resting on a deep ocean. Become aware of gentle pulses and waves, sometimes quite large, sometimes very small and delicate, that reveal this space has intelligence and aliveness. Imagine any outcome that you wish to create, starting off as a thought or vision in your mind, and then dissolving into light, journeying down to your heart, and beaming out into this vast void. The process of creation has been initiated the moment you let go of it. You don't even have to know how or what to do next. Feel the joy of release and the wonder of how easy it is when we let go of fear and control. Feel the excitement or anticipation that the universe is playing with you now to create the best manifestation. Relax, and then follow your breath, and perhaps finish your practice with a prayer to the Tao. Guide me, restore me. I trust you completely. Your wisdom, love, and joy lights my path, and the way becomes easy for me. So that is perfect rounding of the message, letting the universe direct these paths, and you just be in the flow, go with the flow, be in the moment. Don't try to control it. That which we try to control will wind up controlling us, and we don't really want that. Blessings and love and peace to all of you. There is a lot of love here between you. It never dies, so you never have to worry about it dying. You never have to worry about it going anywhere. It's there. Just live your life as if it's already in existence, because it already is. you guys are connected forever through the heart. So you might want to do meditations on the heart chakra to help your heart heal, and to just send love to this situation, because that's all that everybody needs is love. And until the angels clear up my schedule for the next one, thank you so much for watching. Please click the like, share, and subscribe button. If you feel inspired to make a donation, the link is below. Thank you to all of those who have donated. Thank you to all of the new viewers for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. It is encouraging. And if you would like to book a personal reading, I will start taking readings after the 23rd. So you might want to start booking now, so that I can get you in the calendar. I will be coming in late the 22nd. I forgot about that when I did the reading yesterday. So I'd be happy to do a reading specific to your situation. What else? Just love and peace, and thank you for all those that donated, and thank you for all those that are part with me on this journey and a part of this. And thank you for all your comments. I will try to respond to them when I have moments. They can't do it from the iPhone for some reason. So blessings of love and peace. Again, happy Mother's Day. A great week is wished for all of you. A great healing week, that is.